The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey, Everlesson, what's happening? Let me know that you guys can hear me okay. I'm using a different microphone today. Type in the chat here. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let's see where that went. Questions. Okay, good. Good. Ted, Patty, Malcolm, Yarden, Carol, Tim, Tom, Peter, good. All right, people are still signing on. Let's go ahead and do a roll call real quick, guys. I'll come over here with the group. We'll do roll call. Tell me if you are live on the Q&A. Okay. Why don't you guys let me know if you're live on the call real quick right here in the group. That way we can let the other groups know. See who gave me a heart. Tran did. Okay, cool. All right, so while you guys are doing this, let me make sure we get some comments coming in. Ted says, I am here. Good to see you, Ted. Patty, Peter, okay. Good. All right, we'll let this keep going here. Tim, Samantha, all right, great. Great. All right, here's the thing. Why don't you go ahead and put your hand up in the air? This is what we do on the live calls. Let me go ahead and start recording. Okay, I'm recording now. Usually Bob has my back, but I think we both forgot to do that. That's okay. Okay, so we did a roll call so far, so we can see that everybody's over here commenting on the group. Not a lot of people. We got a lot more people than this on the call. There we go. Now you're coming in. Okay, cool. Let me just go ahead and test this other microphone really quick, guys. Let me know if this is any better. Let me see if I can find it. Microphone. Okay, is that better? Type in the chat here, guys. Let me know if that's any better. Yes. I got yeses and nos. I don't understand. You guys are crazy. It's like half yeses, half nos. All right, I'll go back to the other one. All right. How's that? Is that better? Absolutely not. Okay. All right, sweet. So go ahead and put your hands up if you want to introduce yourself on the call, if you've never been on the call before, or if you've got an experience with Everlesson, or just anything you want to share. Go ahead and put your hands up. I'd like to see somebody get on here and talk, so it's not just me all the time. Okay, cool. So I'm going to start with Carol first. And by the way, guys, it's from here. Let me get my notepad. Matter of fact, hold on just a minute. Okay, let's see if I can do this just for the live Q&A. Let's see if, cool. All right, so you guys are seeing my camera now, right? So now we have more of an actual live session. All right, cool. Everybody can see my camera? I'll tell you what, man, Jimena hates this shirt. She saw this today. She's like, you got to throw that shirt away. Like, it looks horrible. I'm like, what's wrong with it? Anyways, okay, cool. All right. Let's see who wants to talk here. Oh, my gosh. Peter says, I agree with her. Like, guys, hey, okay, let me have a Q&A with you. What is wrong with this shirt? I don't get it. It wasn't like a cheap shirt either. Like, what's wrong with it? Peter says, I agree with her. Peter just wants to agree with her because he likes Jimena. That's all it is. All right. It's nice. I like it. Yeah, we should take a vote, right? You look small. Look at this. Han's saying I look small. No, I'm not small. I've lost a lot of weight, right? I'm watching when I eat and everything. Okay. Let's see. Carol. Carol, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you very much.
Good.
I'm so happy to be on the call finally. So I wanted to say several things. First, I'm very, extremely happy that you got a chance to talk with Josh, you know, from ThriveCart.
Yes.
I've been waiting for that for months, so I was like, wow. So that's a very good news. The other thing I wanted to say is like how do you call that? The webinar that we are building with Gerard is going along good. It's not easy for us because we have to translate everything in our mind to be able to create that in French. But it's going to be a winner. You're going to have like some news about that. I hope very soon. I mean, before Christmas, we could say. And the last thing I wanted to say is that I got a chance to meet Laura Betterly. I don't know if you know her.
Laura?
Laura, do you know her?
Yes.
Yeah, and I talked to her about you and Jimena, and she said, I love Jimena. She was raving about Jimena, and she said she's so sweet. I mean, she doesn't know you that much, she said, but she said she knows Jimena, and so I wanted to share that with you because, obviously you said to us that she was wonderful and and everything, but I got another person telling me that today, I mean, a week ago. So I wanted to share that with you. And I didn't get a chance yet to go through all the things that, all the, how do you say, the updates with Everlesson, because we are like up to here with this webinar, because we need to, the platform and everything. I mean, it's very, very hard work, but I'm going to be catching up very soon. So voilà, and I wanted to tell you that you are absolutely awesome. You and your sister Heather are absolutely fantastic. I have a blast to hear, to watch your videos, and I mean, voilà, I'm very, very happy that we are connected with through Everlessons with you guys. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you so much for being here, and keep us posted on that webinar.
Okay, I will.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, let's see who else we have. Mr. Peter. Peter, what's happening?
Hey, Chad, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm fantastic, thank you.
Good.
I'm really excited about Everlesson, all the stuff that's happening, but I'm just trying to decide whether I make another 16-hour flight to Phoenix. I need a bit of feedback from you, whether that's going to be beneficial for me to be there. Because if it is, I'll be there.
Okay, so the Phoenix deal, I wasn't going to discuss that, but I will discuss that. Let me just go ahead and find it here. So just in case you guys don't know what's going on, so Peter attended our high ticket event in Vegas, and it went very, very well. And I wasn't sure, honestly, it was a, it was kind of something I had to get past. I had to see for myself that we could actually deliver a high ticket program. I've always heard of it, but I wanted to do it myself, and I wanted to see for myself. And I felt very, very confident after that event. So now what we're doing is we're doing what are called preview events. And so I plan on traveling all around the country, going to Vegas, Arizona, California, Ohio, and just doing little one-day events. And then what we're going to do is we're going to sell them into, it won't be a 4-day event anymore, Peter, because I think that was a little tight and you guys didn't have any time to go play. It'll be a 5-day event, basically the same thing that you went through. So we're using these 1-day events to sell that 5-day intensive, as well as like a follow-up accountability coaching program. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the reason why I've asked you to be there is so that, number one, you can see how we're going to pitch that event and the presentation, because it's going to be shown to the public that don't even know about a membership platform or anything else. But number two, on the second day, and my sister's figuring all this out, on the second day, we were going to get with everybody that was actually interested in doing these events and see if we could work with you and work out the arrangements and the commissions and everything that you'd be making. So you yourself, it's more of an opportunity than it is so much learning about Everlesson. Because at
Yeah,
this,
I understand that. I'm just wondering whether that opportunity extends, if I could be doing these promos around Australia and New Zealand on behalf of Everlesson.
I mean, I think you're like, first of all, you have to be a license holder, and you are. And I definitely think with your charisma and your character and everything, that this would be really good for you. And then you don't have to worry about delivery. We'll do delivery.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll be there. See you in Phoenix.
Now, the question to me is, if you were doing these nonstop around the clock, and you got 30 people in a room or whatever, like if you get, we'll have to figure this out, but if you get to the point where you're good and you're good at closing, then I'll come over there and do the workshop over there in Australia.
That's great. That's what my question's all about, because I think we can get people, 30, 40, 50 people in a room and run these workshops. So if you're prepared to come down under and train the Aussies to do this, I think it's a big market here. We're pretty switched on with technology, and we got good internet connection, and people are pretty passionate about promoting their businesses and making things happen. So I see a massive opportunity here.
Well, what I learned, Peter, is I'm probably the only one that's going to be able to deliver the product. Do you agree?
You're probably the best one, but in a lot of the courses and studies that I've done, though, it's the ability to transfer. If you can break down the system so that someone with charisma and the abilities can deliver it, that means you don't have to be in 5 or 10 or 15 countries at a time. So if you look at the franchise model of things, where you break it down into a system, and a lot of qualified trainers and people that are really good out there, the system can be transferred, so you got representatives all over the world. You're going to make 100 times more income, but you need the right people. But no one would deliver it better than you. That goes without saying. But you can deliver a professional course that covers everything you've taught us, if it's built and shared with top people that you go through and approve and make that happen.
What I'm trying to say is, when we took the feedback after the event was over, and what we found is most people found the most value in me sitting down, looking at their whole process, walking behind them, helping them load their import, whatever they were doing, or just coming up with the headlines and just giving them the headlines. That's where people found the most value. As far as being in front of the room and teaching the curriculum, I believe anybody can do that. It was those little things that I was doing that it's going to take another marketer of equivalent experience that's able to come up with things like that on the fly. That's where the majority of the value was. And that's why.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can't argue with that. You're brilliant at that, and it's worth the trip from wherever to get that feedback, for sure.
And that's why, to me, coming up, having somebody else do that delivery, it's going to take some time. So I have to, but I'm looking at it like this. If you're doing your preview events in Australia, they might not necessarily want to fly over to Vegas to do a 5-day event. I don't know. But if I got people here in the States that are doing these preview events consistently and they're putting them into a monthly, I plan on doing one of these. Look, luckily for me, my significant other loves to travel, right? Thank God. And thank God she's in the business, because I've been in other relationships where they don't support your business and you're just like consistently butting heads. Right now, I don't have that. So I plan on doing these preview events myself because I love doing the events, but on top of that, I plan on doing one 5-day intensive event every single month to deliver all the previews that are out there. Does that make sense?
Yep,
I haven't
That
put
would
all,
work. I think we could, if people are keen enough, they'll travel. Like I've travelled, all over the world to be at events when it's important to me. So you just do it because you want to improve yourself. So people we'd get would come over there, like it, and you're only looking at maybe 12, 13, 1400 Australian dollars on top. If they're going to spend 15 grand on an event, another couple of grand is not going to kill them. They'll do it.
let me ask you this, and I want you to be honest with me. That event, when I say I believe it was a 15K, 20, 25K event, do you believe that to be truthful?
I would have needed a little bit more hands-on because I just need a bit more help on some of the technical things. So I didn't quite get everything I personally wanted. I would have liked another hour or two with you, and then it would have been worth 20 grand easy for me.
So another day.
I didn't get the time with you that I wanted because there are too many people and whatever. Like I had my list of goals of what I wanted to achieve. It wasn't only about the event, it was about Everlesson and survey as well. And I was hoping to get some more of your time, but I understand with everyone wanting your time, there's only one of you and it's impossible for that to happen. So, yeah.
So we're
Sure, at the time, it's definitely worth 20 grand, no question whatsoever, if people get their allocated time. But a 15-minute segment with you is only the tip of the iceberg. You need a couple of hours with you, one-on-one.
So a 5-day event, and now that we've done it, now that we have the structure, because I think the content was dead on. I think the curriculum was dead on. I think one more day, instead of having 4 days, I think a 5-day intensive is going to be right where it needs to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Hey, you made me feel, yeah, and Shrita's saying the same thing. One more day would have been perfect. Shrita, if you have a mic, can you raise your hand? Because I want to get your opinion on this too, and then we'll get right into it. So if anybody, Peter, thank you so much for being on the QA. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Chad.
Okay. Shrita, what was that event worth to you? You there? Let's see, she has an open mic. Let's see if we can get her. Shrita, can you hear us? Huh, that's weird. It says her mic's on. She says I'm here, but I'm not hearing her. Are you guys hearing you?
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, sorry, I had to switch microphones around. That's my problem. My fault. I'm so excited. I just upgraded Camtasia, and I'm ready to do all my intros tomorrow and make it happen. I am fully committed to my release date of next Monday.
Good. What was that event worth to you?
I honestly was sitting here thinking about it, and I can't put a dollar amount on it. I have to agree with you and Peter both in the aspect that the content was dead on. It was spot on, and being able to really be immersed in the sense that you taught it to us and then you walked around and had us do it right then and there, that's priceless, because the potential that we can make with this or do with this with one course is so minor compared, or the investment is so minor compared to the potential. It's not even funny. And then I do agree with Peter. At a $20,000 event, I would love to have just a little bit more time with you and or Heather, because Heather was also extremely helpful in helping me lay out my offer and get my price point exactly where I want it to be, but where it needs to be as well. So I'm not picky. I'll take either of you.
So what I'm getting at here, I'm not here to criticize anybody. When we go out there and we pitch this at a preview event, do you understand that I'm feeling pretty good about delivery?
Absolutely. And I think truthfully at that amount for that preview event, or for the for the last event, you over delivered. You more than over delivered. I mean, I can assure you there. I came back and my poor husband is probably so annoyed because I haven't shut up talking about it since.
Really appreciate that, because you know what? I really don't feel like I did over deliver. I just felt like I was being myself.
Well, you know what? Apparently that's your nature because it works. I thought I would come back with, just some basic outlines. And really what I came back home with was an outline. Yes, I did come back and I tweaked it quite a bit, but my outline was mostly there. I had the process, but my webinar was almost done. And for me, that's a biggie. Anybody can come up with a course here and there, but how do you put it out there in a manner that is actually attractive to people and you can educate people in the process before the sale even happens? So it's kind of like you said in one of your course immersion videos, they're kind of dating you when they're going through those trial periods. And so I got so much clarity. It was unreal because I'll be honest, I thought I was going to go out there and you were just going to kind of tweak a few things and I already know what I'm doing. I got this. And I got there like, holy cow, I barely scratched the surface. So that event was more than worth any investment.
Cool. Yeah, Carol says, tell me about it. We spent hours and hours so far on trying to do the webinar. Yeah. Good. Well, thank you so much. Because you know what? Even I need those reassurances. It's hard when, you're coming from a market where we go and launch, $37 product, $67, $97, $297, $497 to a $15,000 event. That's hard pill to swallow. And so I really appreciate your guys' reassurance and letting us know. And the good news is, we just jumped in head first. We didn't know exactly how that event was going to go. If you remember the fourth day, we deleted a slide.
I do recall.
It was one of those things where it's like, you know what, just say yes, just go, and the universe will take care of you. And that was the plan for that event. That's exactly what we're going to do on this preview event. Now, there are going to be people from the public. They are going to be open. There will be haters there. Like I've seen these things go down, and I don't care. As long as I do a good enough presentation to you guys and you get that light bulb moment, you're like, you know what? That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do, and I want to put people into that big event.
And I'll tell you, Chad, the event in Vegas was so inspiring that I'm literally willing and just did book my ticket to come back out to Arizona to see it all over again, or to at least see this preview event, because like I said, I haven't shut up talking about it since I got home, and in my mind I'm thinking there is no reason why I can't do this in Houston to learn from the best and go out and replicate. So I'm willing to spend the investment to come back out to Arizona, a month later, just to see you guys all over again.
Good. Yeah, because I'm sure you can imagine, I have a lot of ideas about letting the event holders rebrand Course Immersion, where you have your intro on the front, you're selling that at the event too. I mean, I've got a lot of ideas, and now that I know we can deliver, we just have to jump in and make it work. Make sense?
Absolutely. I appreciate you, and I am looking forward to it.
Awesome. Thanks, Rita. Keep rocking it.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's see. Anybody else have their hands up? No. Okay, we're good. All right, here's the thing, guys. This is your Q&A. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on the couple minutes covering that event. Let's see. Tom says, so glad I got to know you before you broke out up in the up-and-coming new Tony Robbins. Thank you so much, Tom. If you guys would please ask your questions that you have pertaining to Everlesson, not survey, not easy links. This is just for Everlesson. We have our Q&A getting ready to go live for survey. We've been working on that page here. So Carol's asked me any update about the webinar with Josh. Not just yet. So Josh and I had a very, very good call. That was what needed to take place. Obviously, we go way back with each other. We know each other well. I've been a customer of his for so long. He's been a customer of mine. Great synergy, big vision, what we want to do. And so the next step was to take his developers, put them with my developers. We have since done that. We've got a date for completion of early next month for the deep integration. But in addition to that, I didn't really have an agenda. I just really like the guy, and I feel like we could get on there and talk to you guys, and I believe something will come out of that. Something always does. I believe something good will come out of that synergy, and more things will develop. Okay, so that's why I want to do the webinar, and I just think it'll be a good time, and definitely time well spent. Okay, let's see, what else? What are the questions we have, guys? What questions do we have? And since we're kind of on this topic here a little bit, I wanted to share this post with you from Stuart. And he says, hey, y'all. I think Stuart's picking up the hey, y'all from me. I'm the one that started that y'all. Hey, y'all, just wanted to remind you about a certain strategy we talked about way back on meetup.com to generate leads. Now, if you have survey, imagine what you could do. We're at 330 local members in 4 months. Consistency and discipline, more importantly, love what you do. So if I come over here to Meetup, guys, and I'm probably going to fly out to Vegas tomorrow, and I'm probably going to get this thing going, but let me just see if I can log in really quick here. And I'm going to show you how many people are doing meetups, yes or no? How many people are doing meetups? Hey, Ray, what's happening? I got your message. I have not responded to you yet. No, not yet. Okay, so watch this. So I got this meetup in Vegas that I have not done anything with. I need to get on the bandwagon, get it going, right? But I've already got, I don't know how many, I think there's already 49 people in here, and I haven't even done anything. All I did was just create it, and then I think I've also got them going into a group. I think I'm putting them into a group, and I think I'm putting them into a survey as well. So you can see all these people went and joined this meetup, okay? This is what I want to do. I want to create, so look, let me see if I can find it. So we got passions to, I didn't really want to go here, but since you guys aren't asking a lot of questions, let me go ahead and go here. passionstoprofitlive.com. Okay, so we have this page right here, okay? Let me kind of tell you the idea. So this one here is for Arizona. Okay, I did this in Arizona because that's where my sister lives. Okay, so we're going to do this in Phoenix. Here's what we're going to do. All right, now remember, I'm a visionary, right? So I'm going to jump out of the plane and find a way to make this happen on the way down. Okay, if you say, Chad, like Sharita's great, Peter's great, I know that they could do an event. They're probably not going to crush it their first time out. I'm probably not going to crush it my first time out, but I'm a firm believer in if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over. Consistency and discipline, consistency and discipline, consistency and discipline. I believe that you can become great at anything, but you gotta jump. You gotta take that leap, okay? So here's what I wanna do. If you're a good fit, if you can go out there and represent the Passions to Profit brand and the Everlesson brand and survey and everything else, right? There's certain people that aren't gonna be able to do this, just be honest with you. Then you're gonna say, okay, we got this booked for this day, and so what we're going to do, and we'll help you with the bookings and everything, but I'm going to have a concierge that's going to like handle getting booked, and we'll know certain cities where the best place is to book, where it's the most cost effective. Remember, this is only a day event. It doesn't have to go past the day event. Then what we'll do is we'll turn around and create the page for you. We'll take a page like this, we'll create it for you. Your first event, I'm probably going to need to be there so I can kind of front the whole thing and get you to break out of your shell. But the other thing that we want to do, and again, I don't have this figured out yet, is I want to get enough video footage of you and everybody at this event speaking to where we can turn around and put together something like this that you're able to use over and over and over and over and over. Okay, does that make sense? So that's my plan, to get your first one going. I'll fly out there, I'll do it with you, we'll team up, we'll close that room the best we can. We gotta get the video footage so that when you do this on your own, you got a nice video here. It builds a lot of credibility, right? And in addition to that, we're also going to help you run the ads in your town. Now, do I have all this figured out yet? No, I don't. It's just a dream, it's just a vision, it's just a business model for me, but I definitely think it's going to work like gangbusters. I think that if we don't let our fears get the best of us, if we're just consistent with it, if we just believe in this, if we all work together, I think for a fact I can make this happen, guys. I absolutely believe we can make this happen, okay? And then that's going to lead to eventually speaking on stage with Tony Robbins and doing preview events there and stuff like that. I believe all that's going to happen. Like I've been dreaming it, I've been praying it, I've been visualizing this whole entire process. Okay, so that's the plan. That's the plan. We want to help you set up the venue. We want to help you get a video like this. We want to create the page for you. We want to do all the marketing for you, fire off all the zaps, do all that other stuff. Matter of fact, everybody at your event, guys, we're going to find a way to get their phone number, and then I'll have people on the phone even trying to close your leads from those events. Okay, we're going to do everything we can to make this like multi-profitable, because here's the reason why. Okay, let me ask you this. If you guys go out there and let's say that worst case scenario, you only sell 4. Let's say you have 100 people in the room and you close 4. Somebody do the math at 15K. Somebody do the math at 15K, you close 4. How much money is that? $60,000. $60,000. Guys, I'm going to ask this in the group, okay? Let me ask this in the group, and there's a reason why I'm going to ask this, and then we're going to come back around to the meetup thing here, okay? So let me ask this. If you're running the Passions to Profits events, let me say this, could you close 4 out of 100? Okay, I'm just going to ask that. I'm just putting that number out there. I personally think that's a very easy number to hit, but man, I'd be tickled pink at 4 for an event. $60,000 for me to go hop on a plane that's going to cost me $197 to show up and share my passion with other people and feel so entirely blessed, and be able to eat these just beautiful lunches and see the world and to walk away closing that much money, guys. I'm going to be extremely happy, right? I'm going to be extremely happy. So what I'm thinking, well, actually, I'm not going to tell you what I'm thinking. I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking on the second day, right? That way I've had a lot of time to think about it, but you can see that everybody's saying yes, 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 yes. I believe you can too. Now, let me put this out there, okay? Let me put this out here. If we come back over here to where Stuart was, all right, so Stuart's over here. Let's see if I can find him. Where did you go, Stuart? Where did you go? So that was this one. I just saw him a minute ago. Where'd he go? Stuart. Wow, he really shot to the bottom quick, didn't he? Okay, here we go. So, so what Stuart's doing is when we launched Member Hub the first time, I went out there and taught the agency holders how to go and run meetups to get clients, right? Because they need clients to sell Everlesson to or whatever else, right? So I taught them how to do this, and I think like 20 or 30 people went out there, and then Kimberly did this, a lot of people did this, and they crushed it in their business, guys. They crushed it. They crushed these meetups. Like, it was so very easy, and they learned that they don't even have to come up with the content for the meetup, that eventually the members will take over, and you're just pretty much administering the meetup, right? That's it. So Stuart brought this up the other day. So here's what I realized. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a banner that matches the identity of the Passions to Profit event, right? So it'll have our logo and everything else. And when you learn to do your meetups, just like I'm doing here, when you learn to do your meetups, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to have a banner in the back of the room where they can go and they can sign up for the Passion to Profits event, whether you're hosting it or somebody else. Does that make sense? So all you have to do, and I did this very, very well in Casper. I grew my meetup to like 300 people, right? Whenever I would go eat breakfast with the kids, whenever I would go out to lunch, if I was going to get a suit tailored or whatever, I would have a card and I would simply say, hey, you're a business owner and I run this meetup, once a month. Why don't you show up? And I'll give you strategies to help you grow your business, automate your business, whatever else you want to do, right? And so that's how I was able to grow my meetup. Now, this one in Vegas, I haven't even advertised it. I haven't run ads. I haven't told anybody. I haven't done anything. I started in June 29th, right? I need to get this going. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a banner in the back of the room. I'm going to get these people where they're like, wow, I really like this guy. I really believe in him. He's got a lot of experience and everything else. And at the end of every meetup, I'm going to say, hey, make sure you're booked for our event. Right? The banner's back in the back of the room. Go to passionstoprofits.com And what we're going to do, guys, just to kind of show you, this is one of our competitors, but I'm kind of modeling after him, is we're going to go and have a page that looks just like this. And so when they go to passionstoprofits.com, they're going to have all the different events right here on this page. Now, what I have to do is I have to figure out a way where on the page is asking them, okay, where did you come from? So they can say I was at Sharita's meetup or something else, because for some reason, if they go to one of my events and I close them, I need to work out a deal with Sharita where she also gets a commission. Now, if she's doing a meetup once a month, and then in 3 months she has her Profits to Passion event or whatever it is, a Passions to Profit event, right? No problem, right? She can take everybody from her meetup and give them a free ticket to the Passions to Profit event. Does that make sense? Do you believe that the meetups for people should be branded as a template for us to use? I'm not quite sure what that means. I would not call it a Passions to Profit meetup. No, I would not. I would just have your own personal meetup, and this is an extra bonus that you're going to be able to give to them to attend your event. Okay? Now, why are we doing all this? If I can get you guys to where you're doing like $60,000, $20,000 per event, whatever we come up with, if I can get you guys to where you're doing that, guess what? That little $2,000 license that you bought to become an agency holder, which is what you have to do these events, is probably going to go to like a $20,000, $25,000, $50,000, maybe even $100,000 license. It depends on how successful you guys are. Okay? So by show of hands, let me come back over here to the group, and let me go ahead and ask this question. How many people are interested in doing meetups that lead to the Passions to Profits events? Okay, tell me here, let me see, because if you guys are interested in doing meetups, then we're gonna start training on that. We're gonna put together a masterclass, and we'll start getting you prepared to do meetups, right? I've done it for a very long time, very, very successful with it. I know the equipment you gotta have. I know the structure you gotta have. I know how to turn it into a sale. We know how to do all those things. There's a lot of things you can do wrong. So just go ahead and type in the chat here and let me know if you're interested. And so are you guys seeing everything like full force? Are you guys like seeing the whole picture? Am I connecting all the dots for you? Yes or no? Let's see. I would be interested, but no time. No, not any time now, but I would love to learn. Good. Good. Okay, cool. So I'm probably not going to be teaching you meetup strategies in Phoenix, Peter, because I'm going to need to focus on the event, what takes place at the event. I think that's more important, that you guys learn the Passions to Profit event, and we figure out, you know, like I said, I'm jumping in firsthand, so I got to figure out how, I got to put together the process to help you guys go out there and run your own events. Does that make sense? Like, there's a lot of stuff I got to provide you. There's a lot of branding. There's a lot of coaching that's going to take place that second day. Okay? Good. And you will need to be an agency holder to do these events. I don't mind being the second experimental event. Look, here's the thing. Let me give it to you straight, okay? Hear me out, guys. Look, right now, no matter what, I'm going to keep doing those 15K events. No matter what, we changed lives that day. I had people that came to me in tears, okay? So no matter what, I'm going to keep doing those events, okay? All I'm doing is I'm giving you a generous commission if you want to refer people into those events. That's it. And I'm thinking something like a third. Seriously, guys, like, you're not going to find that kind of commission anywhere. I'm thinking like a third of the commission, right? Because I want you guys to go out there and really, really push this thing, right? So if it's a 15K event, I'm going to give you guys $5,000 for just referring the person in. I don't know how long that'll last. I don't know how big this will get, right? But as you can see, you're now in a position to make a lot of money, aren't you? You're in a position to make a lot of money. That's all I'm setting up right now. So if you have a better way to go out there and sell that 15K event, by all means do it. All I'm trying to do is give you the sales funnel, which I put together the Passions to Profit event. That's it. I'm letting you license that and license the name and sell it into the 15K offer. Okay? That's it. And if we get to the point where, you know, you can put like 300 people in a room continuously or whatever, if we get to the point where you can fill up a stadium or whatever, I will hop on a plane, fly out there, and I'll do that event with you. Right? Shrita's saying if your way works, then that's what I'm using. I don't know yet, Shrita. I don't know. I can tell you this much. I'm very, very determined to make it work, right? This is my passion. I love doing events. So, hey, I don't know. I don't know. We're just going to give it our best shot, and that's how any speaker has done it. Anybody, you know, there's other people doing this strategy, and the problem is they don't know how to deliver. You pay $25,000. Trust me, I paid $25,000. I got one phone call where this guy told me to change something on my blog. I was like, really? That was worth $25,000, and people are paying this shit? Really? Because I'll show you how to deliver, right? That's why I'm confident, because I know we can deliver. Cool? Okay. Yeah, I got a bunch of oh my geez, yowzers, cool. All right. Any questions on survey, or not survey, Everlesson, guys? Let me know the questions on Everlesson, just to kind of show you where we're at with things in case you haven't been paying attention. If I come over here to my settings, if I come over here to my funnels, I explained this on the live call yesterday. So far, we're going to have 3 funnels. We're going to have an auto webinar funnel, a webinar funnel, and then we're going to have an encore funnel. Okay. So this one here is kind of live webinar funnel. But if I come over here to the auto webinar, now you guys can kind of see it on the screen. You can see how this works. You're able to go ahead and copy in your settings. I took that from survey. That seems to work really, really well. You put in the name, the title, description, your host information. Okay. And by the way, if you've already ran this webinar as a live one and you got good conversions, guys, all of this stuff here is automatically going to be filled in, right? We're not going to have you do it again. We're going to simply say, okay, let's take this live webinar, let's make it an auto webinar. You're just going to click a button and boom, it's going to move over here to the auto webinar area, okay? So you'll come over here, you'll schedule your times, very, very easy to understand. You can do blackouts, reoccurring, extra scheduled webinars. We'll have videos on all this. Then we got these really cool webinar settings. So you'll pull in your video, you'll tell us what the duration of your video is, how many fixed attendees you want to have, how many dynamic attendees you want to have, if you want to enable a chat box, if you want to be able to display the attendees, if you want to show social media icons, if you want to have the ask question box where they can also submit to an email when it's closed. All of these things are here. For registration settings, you'll see that we have a grace period, no waiting times. You can have blackout hours, session displays. You can limit the registration, notifications. We've got pre-notifications, post, text notifications, everything that you found in EverWebinar, Webinar Jam, all those things, guys. It's all going to be here. And if for some reason there's something we missed, then we'll go ahead and add it, right? We'll keep adding on to this because we know it's just going to be automatic sales for your course, right? If you want to charge for your webinar, you can charge for your webinar. If you want to have an offer pop up in the middle of your webinar, you can go ahead and do that. And then let me go ahead and show you what we came up with the other day. Let me see if I can find it. Oops, you guys are kind of seeing, you're kind of seeing some sneaky stuff here. That's for survey, but that's okay. Let me just see if I can find it really quick. Yes, I am a machine. You're correct on that. Okay, so this here is one of our first layouts that I've done, and we've got it in development already. This is what our auto webinar is going to look like. Okay, so I went and looked at them all, and I'm like, you know what? I can tell it's a replay. I can tell it's a video. I can tell it's a replay. I can tell it's a video. I can tell it's a replay. I can tell it's a video. And I've always, whenever anybody consults with me, some of the biggest marketers, if they consult with me, if they get on a call and they say, hey, what ideas do you have for this webinar platform? I'm like, dude, look, everybody is using GoToWebinar. Make it look like GoToWebinar. That's the advice I always give because I never wanted to go this route until we had Everlesson, right? Nobody ever listens to me. They always make it look all pretty with the colors, with a stupid little animation chat box, you gotta make it look technical, right? So as you can see, I actually designed this myself. So we'll have the powered by logo down here that you can turn off, but that way it'll take them to the sales page if you want to. But I can also go and turn off this here if I want, right? We don't even have to have a background if we don't want to. And so we'll have like different backgrounds, different colors, whatever else. But now as you're watching this and you're looking at this, guys, for a little while at least, you're not going to be able to tell that you're on an auto webinar, right? And when you click this here, then this will collapse. If you click on these little buttons down here, then your little windows will open up over here, right? So it's going to be very, very interactive, but it's just going to be an auto webinar. You're just going to play a video. And we also want to have like multiple broadcast rooms. This is just the first one, but we also want to have additional ones, okay? How many people are liking the layout of this? You guys like this? Good. Good. Awesome. Yes, we are making tremendous ground, so that's already in development. So we'll have like the little, oh, this is the other thing too. I mean, it's going to sound minor to you, but it's major, okay? So if you look up here, we're going to have the date at the time of the webinar, right? So we're going to have like the actual time, where they're at in their time zone, and this little thing's going to flash here. But on top of that, we're going to do something nobody else does. We're going to have the actual date inside the comments, the actual date and time for when they're watching the webinar. Does that make sense? Even when you're watching the webinar, those dates and times will change to when they are watching the webinar. And that way it stimulates a real experience. Do you guys see that? And it's little things like that that are going to make the difference. They're going to make a very, very big difference, right? Cool. And we're just getting started. I'm sure it'll get really carried away, but we'll have it to where when an offer pops up, like all this stuff will be minimized and the offer will be there. Like there's a lot of cool things that we can do. Let me see. Kirby has his hands up. Let's see what we got going on. Kirby, do you got a mic? I see you got your hand up. Let me know if you have a mic. What do you suggest for launching a new course using the full Everlesson system as a target date? It depends. If you're using the course immersion method, then look, it's very simple. This is what course immersion teaches you. This is what we taught at the high ticket event, okay? The first thing is you do market research. You make sure that there is a marketplace for your niche, that there's competitors, and that people are actually going to buy your product, okay? Once we know that, then we go and we create our outline. What I recommend that you do is I recommend that you use Workflowy. You create a different outline. You can use Udemy as an inspiration, right? And just change the titles, but usually Udemy will give you the answers. Once you do that, the next thing is we focus on our offers, right? So we say, okay, if we want to sell this for $997, what else do we need to add in addition to our course? Do we want to have a Facebook group? Do we want to have a free mentoring call? Do we want to have some blueprints? Do we want to have some strategies? Do we have some templates, right? We want to have all those things in place. Next, once we know that, we're going to focus on building our webinar. Okay, that's the most important thing. That's going to give you the motivation. That's going to be your sales piece. You're going to see your offer, right? Once you have that in place, then you're going to actually start building out your course. All right, they learn how to do all this stuff. They learn how to do their intro video. They learn how to create their bumper. They learn how to create the content. I laid out the whole entire thing, made it very, very easy. Now, what I've been preaching is you only have to have about 2 to 3 weeks worth of content to go out there and start launching your webinar. And then when you make a sale, now you have 3 weeks before you have to go and keep adding more content. But if you're getting sales, now you're motivated. Now you know you got a product that sells. Now you go at it full force. Does that make sense? How's that for a process? So Samantha, like you could spend a weekend putting together a course with 2 weeks worth of content, do your webinar the next week, and probably the following weekend be out there driving traffic to your webinar. I'm referring to the Everlesson system itself. What are you creating? I don't understand your question. I don't understand your question. Are you talking about like the Everlesson, the auto webinar and all that stuff? How long before we have that? I'm told probably about 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks, and that's just enough time to allow us to finish. Let's see where it went. I need to finish. It's kind of on me right now, not so much development, but I need to go and I've been writing these emails. I have to find a way to do a pre-email series, an indoctrination series, a post-email series, and an encore series where even if you don't make any changes, it will work for you. But obviously, the more changes you make, the more tailored it is to your offer and your niche, the better it's going to convert. So I have to do all of this stuff. So you're probably looking at maybe 3 weeks tops before everything is ready to roll out. Okay? And we got these funnel sets being created left and right. I finally have a developer that I'm very, very happy with. He's doing a great job. Matter of fact, I could show you. Let me see if I can find it. I actually just got a file today. Let's see how this works, and let's see what this looks like. You guys want to see what I get back? Let me see if I can find this file real quick. I haven't even looked at it myself, but let's see what it looks like, okay? So we're going to come over here to Trello. Let me see if I can get Trello to open up. Okay, here we go. It's in Trello. Okay, so I'll come over to Trello, and I've shared this system with you guys before, how we actually do things. But if I come over here to the graphics board, let's see. One of them, let's see, in progress. So we got this done. It's a sales page. Okay, right here. One of our sales pages got converted. So see how it's in blue? He's saying, okay, I want you to approve the HTML. So here is the zip 6 hours ago. So let me go ahead and download this zip real quick. You guys don't have to do this. I'm just kind of giving you the behind the scenes and showing you what I see. Let's see if we can get this to go. Okay, HTML. All right, hold on just a minute. I'm just going to drop this on the server really quick so that we can open this up and see what it looks like. Keep in mind, I have not approved this page yet, but this is one of our sales pages. So if this is going really good, the next is going to go to the programmers. And then from there, let me just see if I can get this to go. Public HTML, cool. So we'll just drop this one in here called HTML. Okay, let's see what that looks like. HTML, okay, cool. So we'll go everlesson.com / hold on a minute. Yeah, it is sales pages, but let me just try something else. Rename. I'll do sales P. All right, let's try it again. Everlesson.com / sales P. Let's see, what is wrong with that? 755 sales P. Hold on just a minute. That should have worked. Oh, there's no index page in there. Okay, hold on just a minute, guys. We'll get this. Downloads. No rush on my end. That's good. We'll get this. We'll see what the sales page looks like. I have been doing this for a while and don't want to keep starting over. I have a system in place for courses to use Everlesson, ThriveCart, Webinar Jam. I just want to use a new system, that's all. I get it. Trust me, I do too. Let's try this. Index. See if I can get this in my downloads folder. Index, downloads. Okay, here we go. It's spinning. Spinning, spinning, spinning. Come on. I can't stand this stuff. Date, index. Okay, see if we can get it to go now. Index. Wow. It is just not letting me put it in there. File. Hold on a minute. Let me get back in there. Public HTML, sales process. Okay. Index. CSS. Why won't it let me move that in there? Bob, are you on the call? File, import, download.
Yes, I'm on the call.
Have you ever seen it where there's not an arrow like that?
No, I haven't seen the error.
Arrow, where there's not an arrow.
Oh, arrow.
Like, I should just be able to drag this damn index page into this folder, but it's not letting me. And I don't have an arrow where, okay, hold on, let's do this. Downloads, index, upload. Okay.
There you go.
But it's in the wrong one. Upload. Try it again.
You don't have permission if, oh, I don't know what that was.
Well, now I gotta get the CSS over. Give me just a minute, guys. It's a damn zip file. I can't stand zip files. All right, downloads. Let me just do this. Desktop. New folder. Hold on, we're gonna get this. Zip.
On that download, you're gonna need to hit that up arrow and say accept it.
Yeah, I just can't stop this hourglass from spinning. Like, I don't know why it's doing this.
Well, right now it's because of that download. You can either discard it or accept it. It's on the page behind it there.
Here?
No. I'm looking at, okay, we may be looking at two different things. Down there at the bottom where it says 8 user sales, okay, you've killed it, so.
Yeah, but my other screen is just spinning like it's driving. Oh, wait. I just got too much open. Skip this file. Okay, I see the problem. All right, hold on, guys. Give me one more minute. We're going to get this. So I'm going to put this in desktop zip. Okay. There was a little hidden window underneath GoToWebinar that was asking me to replace a file. All right, let's try this again. So I'm going to take all this here, load it over, and I'm going to overwrite. Okay, let's see if I've done this right now. Reload. God, that was a pain in the ass. All right, so there's a new sales page, guys. What do you think? I haven't seen this. This is the first time I've seen one of our new sales pages. You guys liking it? So the point is, we want to have this page where it's all done for you automatically with all your lessons, with your curriculums, with your categories. Like, everything is going to be here, right? Everything. Your ratings about the instructor. You're going to have frequently asked questions, right? We want to have all of this created for you automatically. Here's all your different packages, right? Here's where your quotes are going to go. Or if you're not using packages, you're just going to have an instant access down here. You're going to be able to swap out all these images and everything else, right? There it is. That's the first of many, right? But look at the quality of this, guys. I'm loving the quality. This is where Everlesson has been lacking, and this is where I've been like beating my head against the counter trying to get the right look, right? And so for so long, we've been trying to find the right graphic artist, and now that we found the right graphic artist, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn this over. Now that we've got the right graphic artist, you can see that, look at this. We're just cranking out pages left and right, just like tons and tons of pages. So what we need to do is, if you have a certain page that you like that converts well for you, I need to put together a system where I want to receive that page from you. I'll send it to the graphics page. We'll use it for inspiration, and we'll get it added to the system. Cool? All right. Awesome. So we're right there on the hour. Is there any other questions that you guys have? Please ask these questions. I want to make sure, let me scroll through the questions here. See what else we have. Good. I don't mind being the second experiment. Good. Okay, so I'm not seeing any other questions, but as you guys can see, we're going. Like, it just goes to show that if you're just consistent and if you just stick with something, things will start happening, right? Like, you're seeing the events happening. My sister's got stuff in place. You can see these beautiful templates are not only PSDs anymore, but now they're actually becoming live HTML pages that Everlesson is going to produce this kind of result. Next, we're going to go right back to working on the inside of the courses. Like, finally, guys, I've been fighting all these things, and they're all starting to just come to fruition. And I really appreciate your guys' support, your guys' encouragement, your guys' love, and your guys' synergy, because I definitely need that, because there's times where I am just down and I'm beating myself against the desk and I feel like I'm not moving forward. And it's those days where I usually get on a call with you guys and I go live, and then I hang up the phone. I'm like, okay, I remember why I'm doing this. I remember what my purpose is. I've identified my why, and then I keep going forward, right? So that's what we're going to do here. When the auto webinar is running, how would you handle questions being asked by an attendee? When the auto webinar is running, how would you handle questions being asked by an attendee? Haven't figured that out yet. It might be interactive. I don't know what we're going to do yet, but I can promise you, like, we will be the best. Like, we said that we were going to be the best membership platform out there. I believe we are. We said that we were going to have the best survey platform. We're still growing. I believe we are. I use survey to make a lot of money, and I believe we're going to have the best auto webinar platform too. Like, I really believe these things. Cool. Your support is great, dude. You rock. You're a very nice man, Chad. You're doing a lot. Thanks, Carol. I see a typo on that sales page, and easy to use should be easy to use. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about typos, because remember, all this stuff here is going to change. This is not an actual sales page. What we do with this, so if I looked at this and I'm like, okay, you know what, I love the layouts. I'm not looking at spelling errors or anything right now, because all the text is going to change. I'm looking at spacing. I'm looking at quality. I'm looking at the overall layout. I'm looking at this saying, would I buy this product? Those are things that I'm looking at right now, and I love everything about this page. I absolutely love it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to change it to, watch this, edit labels. I'm going to change it to programmers, and now the programmers, they're subscribed when something turns blue, and now they know, okay, we got it, let's go to work. And so they come in here and they have the HTML file, they have the PSD if they need it, they have everything they need, and now we're going to go plug it into the system, which means we should not be that far along from having these sales pages. Is the upcoming event only opportunity to get involved with the live presentations? It is, I don't know, Hans. I don't know. I got to see how this goes. Basically, I'm going out there and facing my fears, if that's a fair statement. I'm nervous. I'll be honest with you, I'm nervous. I know that the public's going to be really skeptical. I know they're going to see me as like one of those get-rich-quick guys. I know I'm going to have some haters. I know I'm going to have some people that don't believe what I say. That in itself makes me nervous, right? But I've been there before. I've been very, very nervous in the past. And eventually, if I just keep trying something, if I believe in it, then it turns out okay, right? Awesome. Okay, cool. All right. It looks so much more professional, better than I could do on my own. Yeah, I think it looks like $1 million. I love it. I absolutely love it. We got the right team on it right now. Okay, guys, that's where we're going to conclude. Please stay involved with the group. And oh, also, I made a post the other day. I don't want to get into a lot of detail, but obviously I'm in over my head, which is a very good problem to have. That's not a bad thing. I invite problems. I need problems. That tells me I'm growing. But I made a post right here saying I'm looking for that one special person. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put together an application. I'm going to send it to my list, and I'm looking for somebody that can come in and work alongside us, right? We're looking for people that can come in and take us to the next level, okay? You got to be the right person. You got to have the right synergy. You can't be negative. You can't be a doubter. You got to be a go-getter. You got to see the opportunity that you have working with me and being involved with the Entrepreneur Live show, the launches, everything that we do with development, the partners, the connections. There's tremendous value. It is a paid position, but there's still tremendous value in that alone. Like if you look at my sister, when she came in, she had a real estate background, and now everybody in the business knows her. Now she's up on stage with me. Now she's doing the events with me. Now she's a big part of this platform. I'm looking for somebody else that can do things like that, okay? So keep that in mind as well. All right, guys, we'll get going on these meetups, and we'll stay focused on this event. I'll keep you posted on development. Right now it's Diwali, which is like their big official event over there in India. I'll probably be flying back to Vegas tomorrow. So yes, let's do it. Thank you so much for being on the call. I'll see you guys next week on Q&A. Take care.